The Ukrainian military managed to achieve new successes in the Kursk region, which seriously scared the enemy. The Russians complain about failures and demand that the responsible commanders be fired. However, the recent success of the Ukrainian Defense Forces in the Kursk region may be just the beginning. Reserve Colonel, pilot, instructor and military expert Roman Svitan spoke about this in more detail in the daily summary for Channel 24. The Ukrainian military broke through the Russian defense in the Kursk region. The defense forces managed to advance 5 kilometers into Russian territory. For example, Russian telegram channels write that the command of the 810th Brigade was located in the village of Ulanok, southeast of Sudzha. Due to the successful offensive actions of the Ukrainian armed forces, they had to feverishly bury their brigade commander. It was difficult for the Russians to hold this direction. There is a railway that leads from Sudzha to Belgorod, and several of our battalions of tactical groups were moving along it. They took control of Cherkasskaya Konopelka, which was in the grey zone. The fighting is taking place in the Ulanok area, said Roman Svitan. According to the military expert, the Ukrainian military managed to complete important tasks over the past 24 hours. We expanded control in this very important direction, which leads to Belgorod, and also reduced the pressure on Kyiv. The movement to the rear of the Russian group, which was reaching Kyiv, gave control over the main logistics chain towards Sudzha. It was necessary to scare them, and we certainly succeeded in this, Svitan noted. Further actions of the Ukrainian military will depend on the availability of forces and means. I do not rule out that this could have been a feint. That is, the main blow or expansion may be elsewhere. Therefore, there will be a surprise for the Russians ahead, the retired colonel added. Ukraine's offensive into Russia's Kursk Oblast prevented Russian forces from carrying out large-scale operations in the northeastern and southern Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelensky said in an interview with ITV News, the aim of the incursion was to create a buffer zone that would protect Ukraine's major northeastern cities, Kharkiv and Sumy, from another Russian offensive. Zelensky said they withdrew their operational forces from the south of our country because they were planning to attack Zaporizhia. This was their next operation after Kharkiv and Sumy. They were going to Zaporizhia, Zelensky said.
U.S. President Donald Trump said he is serious about wanting Canada to become the 51st state in an interview that aired Sunday during the Super Bowl pre-show. "Yeah, it is," Trump told Fox News Channel's Brett Baier when asked whether his talk of annexing Canada is a real thing, as Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau recently suggested. According to Associated Press, in the interview, Trump also said he has not seen enough action from Canada and Mexico to stave off the tariffs he has threatened to impose. "No, it's not good enough," he said of the United States' two largest trading partners. "Something has to happen. It's not sustainable. And I'm changing it." Trump on Sunday became the first U.S. president in office to attend a Super Bowl. Trump, who attended the Super Bowl in 1992, thinks the Chiefs will win, with Kansas City quarterback Patrick Mahomes the difference maker. "I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won, I have to go with Kansas City," Trump told Baier. Trump said Mahomes really knows how to win. "He's a great quarterback." Following backlash over the way Elon Musk and his so-called Department of Government Efficiency has been handling various federal agencies, including the attempted dismantling of the U.S. Agency for International Development, which on Friday suffered a temporary setback, Trump said he fully supports and trusts Musk. "Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it," Trump told Baier. U.S. District Judge Carl Nichols, a Trump appointee, on Friday ordered a halt to the plan to pull thousands of agency staffers off the job and agreed to block an order that would have given the thousands of overseas USAID workers the administration wanted to place on abrupt administrative leave just 30 days to move families and households back to the U.S. on government expense.
You know, the Prime Minister said this weekend to a group of Canadian businessmen, he was at a private meeting, he said that your wish for Canada to be the 51st state is a, quote, real thing. Is it a real thing?
Yeah, it is. I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st state because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let that happen. It's too much. Why are we paying $200 billion a year, essentially in subsidy, to Canada? Now, if they're a 51st state, I don't mind doing it.
You announced tariffs on Canada and Mexico. You immediately got action from both of them on border security and drug interdiction.
I did. A lot of
action.
Is that good enough?
Is that good enough?
No, it's not good enough.
So more needed in 30 days.
Something has to happen. It's not sustainable, and I'm changing it. But she's great, and he's great. I guess you have to say that when a quarterback wins as much as he's won, I have to go with Kansas City. It's an iconic day. It's going to be a great game, two great teams, and let's see what happens. It's a big scam. Now, there's some good money, and we can do that through any one of a number. I think I'd rather give it to Marco Rubio over at the State Department. Let him take care of the few good ones. So I don't know if it's kickbacks or what's going on, but the people, look, I ran on this, and the people want me to find it. And I've had a great help with Elon Musk, who's been terrific.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him to do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse. But I campaigned on this.